Her first wish. My very first wish, it could only be one thing. That everyone would come home. Oh. That fueled my life for 12 years until I finally wore out and abandoned my own hope. In exchange for the hope I'd abandoned, I began searching for the truth. Then at the end of the truth, I was forced to see a brutal ruthlessness that I didn't need to know about. And as a result, I was faced with the true despair of knowing that no one would come home. That final hope, which I still felt attached to even after abandoning it, was crushed. The single truth. If only I didn't know that, I might still be able to hold on to that faint hope. But now... you can still have it. Is Featherin helping her? If there's strength in your heart, you can still have it. Oh no, wait, those are Battler's final words. Remember your very first wish. Oh boy. Thunder. Gah-gah. Oh. Battler was coughing. Impossible. His whole body had been pierced, and he had been completely dead. For him to cough would be too much of a miracle to be possible. What? Why? Battler died! So why? Why was he revived? Battler rose to his feet slowly. Though blood still dribbled from his mouth, his expression was fearless. However, Angie didn't stand up. She kept sitting, her head lowered. Well, that was a nice warm-up. Shall we get started, Bernkastel? Time for round 2. What in the... Why, my master? The dead can't revive. Impossible. Battler died. How can he revive? Battler is alive. I've used the red truth. I've announced that Battler died, right? So why? How did he come back to life? Even if the whole world says he died, I'll be the one person in the world who believes. Battler is alive. And someday he'll come back to me. That's right. As long as you hold on to that hope, none of your miracles will ever be destroyed. How dare you stand before the Witch of Miracles and claim to understand them! Swallow them. Grind them up. Erase both siblings now! You can't erase us. Even if the whole world refuses to accept it, miracles will happen if we continue to believe. The 8 wriggling snakeheads transformed into a massive whale jaw and swallowed everything. There will be no miracle! You can't open your heart to anyone who exists! So die! You're wrong. Wait, you're wrong. Everyone, protect me. The cruel whale of mystery that tried to swallow everything was gouged deeply by a massive wedge. This deeply pounded wedge could only be used by those who had talent and a deep love for mysteries. Yeah! A trick's such a cliche! I already got bored of that one ages ago. The woman who stood back to back with Battler, launching stakes, was very, very clearly. Peyato? How? I announced your death with the red truth! And what is this red truth of yours? The red truth is absolute! A perfect truth, which someone can overturn no matter how hard they try! Even if the whole world gets together and denies the truth about my family, even if that's forced in front of my eyes as a single truth, I won't acknowledge it, after all. Angie slowly rose to her feet. Oh, fuck yeah. Around her, the shapes of people slowly appeared, and they also rose to their feet. One after another, a whole crowd of them. I don't really do anything, though. Why do I have to be here? They were Angie's family, her relatives, everyone from Rokonjima. That wasn't all. Everyone from the Golden Land and all of the illusions appeared, and following Angie's lead, they rose to their feet. Then all of them glared at Bernkastel. Even if the whole world denies my hope, I won't abandon it. I won't abandon my certain hope that everyone's alive. And I found something. I found how I'll live as a witch. You Weren't you just a witch of the future? Just a powerless witch who could only shed tears of regret for the past? I'm the Golden Witch, Ange Beatrice. I am Golden, the Endless, and the Witch of Resurrection. Oh, hell yeah. You found it, haven't you, Angie? Yeah. Thanks, Maria. After all those long years, I finally found it. I always knew you'd be able to find it. Thanks, Battler. I've understood what your last game was trying to show me. Disappear, stupid illusions! I can't accept something like this! Everyone will be with me for eternity. No matter how many times people try to kill them with the red truth, I'll reject it. Everyone will be revived for me no matter how many times it takes. I am Angie, Witch of Resurrection. Your red truth can't lay a finger on my world. Ah! Oh, even Angie has a CG. I don't even remember if hers has been shown before. Angie, or rather, Angie and her family and her friends all fired off golden streaks at once. They were the same as the marks left by Bernkastel's great snakes. However, the glow inside these was gold. Then, they wriggled, combined into one single mass, and transformed into an eagle that now had 2 wings. Oh. It wasn't one-winged anymore. Thanks to Angie's absolute willpower, the golden eagle had gained the wing it needed to fly into the future. Those spread wings made Bernkastel and the whale shrink back. The Ushiromiya eagle never looks back. And it never gives up. The golden eagle easily swallowed the blue whale with its wings, grinding it to bits. And it didn't let the whale's master escape either. It was now Bernkastel's turn to run. Bernkastel didn't fight the golden eagle. She couldn't. In this world of Angie's, where even the red truth couldn't hurt anyone, what sort of attack could affect her? She frantically ran this way and that, throwing one wedge of red truth after another at the Ushiromiya family. Ushiromiya Kinzo is dead. Ushiromiya Kraus is dead. Ushiromiya Natsuhi is dead. She repeated this over and over again, but no one fell down. Angie wouldn't accept it, so they couldn't pierce anyone. Is this sort of endless 9 even possible? Even the red truth doesn't work? Just what is this gold truth? What kind of gold truth could defeat red truth? Unbelieving heart. This is our consensus. Pure red truth can't pierce any part of the truth that we all acknowledge and share. So long, Bernkastel. This time it's really checkmate. Okay, zoom in. I won't accept something like this. I won't! The massive golden eagle finally swallowed Bernkastel whole. It then slammed into the vast ceiling, and there was an incredible explosion accompanied by an earthquake. From the cracked ceiling, along with many falling chips, a single black cat plummeted and slammed against the floor. Erica ran up to it, repeatedly calling out to her master, hugging it. Then she realized that it was still breathing, and simultaneous expressions of relief and shock rose to her face. Don't worry, I won't let you lay a finger on my truth, and in the same way I won't lay a finger on your truth. She looks like a wet mop. Call it a good scolding, free of charge. Pato, don't act too cozy with my big brother. I still haven't accepted your relationship, got it? What the fuck? It was quite bold of you to revive me, fool! But it's too late. My charming subordinates and I shall torment you until the day you die. And I'll make you watch Battler flirt with me every day. What? Oh, that's pretty convenient. Looks like this resurrection magic has an off switch. Bayato kept appearing and disappearing like a light bulb turning on and off. Angie seemed to be enjoying herself. Battler! Angie's being mean! Go easy on her, Angie. Sure, if you say so, Battler. Auntie, you're incredible! You? Angie! Congratulations on becoming a Witch of Resurrection! This way we'll all be with you forever! Yeah, that's right. We're all here. The anti-magic toxin doesn't matter one bit. Everyone is here! You'll be with me for all eternity. Nice, Ange. Well said! Everyone surged forward, squishing Ange. They tried tossing her into the air, but dropped her onto her butt, and everyone laughed. Ange looked a bit resentful, but when her brother lent her a hand, she got up and joined the circle of smiles. A quiet applause greeted them. Featherin, their witness, had acknowledged their victory and was clapping for them. Splendidly done, Lady Ange Beatrice. In celebration of this miracle, I bestow upon you the title of Lady. The tale you weaved was quite entertaining. There is no need to be so hostile. I am congratulating you. Featherin smiled serenely. Then, the cat overlords broke their positions in their constellation and lined up behind her. It was clear that this was not only a peaceful action, but part of a solemn ceremony. You have defeated my Miko, and I thank you for sparing her life. As you can see, she was my cute pet cat, who never ceased to save me from boredom. If she died, boredom would overcome me as well. The true strength of this being, who referred to Bernkastel as a pet cat, had already been made clear during her fight with Lambda Delta. Even so, Ange spoke. I won't forgive you for killing Lambda Delta. Hi, that doesn't sound like the words of a Witch of Resurrection. Can you not revive her whenever you wish? Huh? I can revive her? It's okay. I'm sure that Lady Lambda Delta has been revived somewhere thanks to your power. There's no need to worry. Indeed. She's already been moved to the audience seating I prepared for her. Do not fear. I shall take good care of her. I gave her some papaya-flavored popcorn. She thinks it's kinda gross, but at the same time both of her personalities are greatly enjoying it. Really? That's wonderful. Ange finally relaxed and let the tension leave her whole body. Well now, Battler, you are now the sole game master of your final game. True. That cat of yours looks like she's out of the running. Perhaps you should carry on with the final ceremony of your game. My Miko is as forgetful as a cat, but she can sometimes be as persistent as one. I suggest getting it over with quickly. Yeah. Okay, I'll follow your advice there. I shall be your witness and record a detailed account of it all. I'm glad Featherin's not a villain. Like, even if she's an impartial party, basically. Like, she's on Bernkastel's side, but at the same time, she's like, I don't care, this is cool. The final ceremony. So, even this game is about to end. Battler nodded silently. Then he stepped out from the crowd and motioned for Ange to follow him. As Ange passed by each member of the Ushiromiya family, they cheered her on, giving her words of encouragement. Battler took out the golden key and handed it to Ange. It now had the same glint it had possessed when he had first given it to her. Oh, Jesus. Then, two doors appeared out of thin air on either side of them. They had a stately design, making the importance of this choice clear. Am I supposed to pick one without any hints? Of course not. I'll give you a hint. But now it should be an easy puzzle. A simple puzzle with two answers, and you'll choose your answer by opening one of the doors. I see. Okay. So this is a continuation of that Halloween party. I fell asleep during that party, didn't I? I'm glad to finally wrap that up properly. Beto, come forward. After all, you fell asleep before you got to my puzzle. I'm glad I now have a chance to tell it. Oh, the 20th medal. Sorry about that. Sounds like it'll be pretty tough. Wait, is it the 20th? I don't even know. Uryu, you'll be fine, Ange. I wonder about that. Prepare yourself, it's a tough one. Calm down, Ange. It's an easy puzzle. Don't you remember the first thing your brother told you? About how to choose the best possible option? Battler, you're giving too many hints. This is the triumphant return of Lady Ange, Witch of the Future. All you have to do is watch over her. True. Then I'll hand it over to Beto. I'm counting on you. Indeed. Then let us begin. Okay. Ange gulped, then stared up at the witch's face. The witch held out her left hand. Oh, purple text. Why? Bringing it close to Ange's face. Then she slowly spread her fingers. Look carefully at my palm. I'm not hiding anything, correct? Yeah, there's nothing there. Watch closely. I'll make a fist, and then stretch out my index finger. Ah, the candy. It's the candy trick again. She stretched out her index finger and held it right in front of Angie's eyes. Watch the tip of my finger closely. Ready? It'll be fast. The witch rapidly lifted her index finger high into the air, pointing at the heavens. Just as Angie looked up to see the finger raised high, it swung down as though trying to dodge her gaze. In that manner. Up, down, left, right, then left again. Again, you could just put the Konami code here, but whatever. Angie, feeling as though she'd lose if she couldn't keep up with the fingertip, swung her face this way and that, looking serious. The witch's hand moved faster and faster. Angie didn't lose track of it. Then, after the high-pointing finger was swung down all of a sudden, the index finger curled up again and the hand was held into a simple fist. Ready? I'm going to open my hand. The witch slowly opened her right fist. Oh, that's the trick? And there was a cutely wrapped candy. Got it? Yeah. Was this a trick or magic? That is my puzzle for you. Go ahead, Angie. Give your answer. Is this a trick or magic? I know what the answer is. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can choose. Okay, I'm assuming... I can't save! Oh, you're a dick, you're a dick, you're a dick! What the fuck? If you let me save, that'd be so nice. It gives me a different ending, right? Like, that's the only thing I could assume. It changes, like, something. It's gotta be important. It's not like it's gonna be a right or wrong. Should I start with magic or trick? I'll start with trick, I guess, because I assume they want me to choose magic. I'm gonna start with trick. If your answer is magic, open this door. If it's a trick, then open that door. I'd already decided upon my answer. This is my answer. I walked over to the door that represented the answer I had chosen. Then I put the golden key into the keyhole and turned to face everyone. The Ushiromiya eagle never looks back. That's right. Sorry. I gripped the key tightly and twisted. You're telling me I'm gonna have to zoom through that whole hour-and-a-half long chapter again just to see the other one. Then the key in the door flashed brilliantly and slowly faded away. Beyond the door was a strangely colored space. If I step into this, I'll reach the future I chose. Before taking that single step, I spoke without turning back. The Ushiromiya eagle never turns back, so I won't turn around, but I'll say this. Thank you, everyone. But this isn't goodbye. I'll always be with you all. Yeah, you won't turn back, but we'll always be standing behind you. That's not what I mean. Despite it all, I still believe. I'm positive that everyone will come back. Angie. That is good, Angie. I look forward to the day when we all meet again. Angie, my adorable granddaughter. We may be away for some time. Here, don't forget this. It is your prize from that quiz party. The Beatrice doll? Yay! A gold butterfly flew over my shoulder, landed on my palm, and turned into a Beatrice doll. This was lying next to me when I woke up on the sofa, wasn't it? This was my prize. Take it back to the future with you, and treasure it. Imagine if you got, like, no medals, and it's just like, a toilet brush! Oh, sweet! Thanks, everyone. I took a step forward. Forward into the future. I won't say goodbye, so see you later. We'll always be together. Okay. A strong wind blew through my hair. My nose was filled with the smell of the sea. Okay, she's on a boat. I must have been standing still for a very long time. This is a point cutting through the sea. I was standing on the bow of a boat. I was still holding that thing. Lady, if you stand around there too long, you'll freeze. Hello, Amakusa. It's been a while.
Amakusa? So this is...
Oh, hi. Captain Kawabata's face peered out at her. You can see it now. It's the old Ushiromiya family dock.
Woo, not even a trace of it left.
Wait, woo, not even a trace of it left.
I see, so I've come back here. It's been a really long daydream. Now, a long and windy side trip.
No matter what sort of tales are woven or written about the past, they have nothing to do with my tale of the future. I sort of live life looking only at the future without turning back. If swearing that has a purpose, then this hasn't all been just a daydream. And besides, I've brought many things back with me from that long side trip. Some of those are even immediately useful.
But yeah, this isn't going to do me much good.
I threw a Beatrice doll into the ocean. Why'd you do that? What was that?
My regrets. I've shed my old shell.
So, with old Rokonjima right in front of you, you're having a change of heart.
That's not what I meant. I mean, I've had enough of being human.
I won't waste that long journey. I now have a new way to live. And that isn't as a human called Ushiromiya Ange. I am reborn. Okay.
Captain, sorry, but would you mind leaving for a second?
Sure, whatever you say. Captain Kawabata went down into the driver's area. What is it, lady? Why the troubled face?
I feel like taking a step into a new life.
You already have.
True. If I could sell off all the Ushiromiya family wealth that's been burdening me, maybe donating it to some charity, that would be a huge relief. Then I'd finally be able to escape from the shell called Ushiromiya Ange.
Seems a waste of all that money. You could do anything you wanted with it.
Who cares? My point is that I don't need it.
That may be true. Then again, not everything that you'd be selling off belongs to you exclusively. For example...
Are you talking about the Ushiromiya's group stock?
That's right. They may be little more than scraps of paper to you, but something like that could shatter the whole company. I don't think my boss could bear to have that happen.
Yeah, I know. It's like that for the Sumaderas and President Okanogi alike. There are plenty of people who are in a tough spot because I can do as I please.
There's no doubt you're a VIP, Angie. Wouldn't it be better to chill out and hide away for now, and just hold off on doing anything flashy?
Would be the fastest and most convenient way to prevent this VIP from doing as she pleases, I wonder.
Hey, that's a good question. Well, we could break out the drinks, tell each other our deepest secrets, and...
Anyone could guess that the final destination of my journey is Rokonjima. Right now, Rokonjima is completely uninhabited. There's no one there. No one to see or to hear. This is the perfect day for a closed room.
Well, yeah, that may be true.
The Sumadera family's chasing me. They even managed to barge into President Okanogi's building with perfect timing. Someone leaked the fact that I was there.
Are you saying my boss sold you out? Then why would he give you a bodyguard? Ah, yeah, him.
Since he doesn't know what sort of whims I'm going to act on, President Okanogi wants to have both the Sumadera family and me indebted to him. That way he can sell information about me, let me slip away by a hair, and keep track of my whereabouts, putting both me and the Sumadera family in his debt while keeping a trump card in his hand.
You're definitely overthinking things there. Amakusa wore a forced smile, trying to smooth things over.
We can be sure that the Sumadera family's chasing me. My actions are being intentionally weak to them. Then we'll bump into each other on Rokonjima. I'll be killed by them. After that, you will kill the Sumadera hitmen, and President Okanogi will have a trump card to use in negotiations with the Sumaderas. If I die, the Ushiromiya group will be stable for the time being. Plus, they'll be able to draw the line with the Sumadera family. On the other side, the Sumadera family itself will be able to neatly do away with Aunt Kasumi, the leader of their over-enthusiastic radical faction. Both sides will finish their bargaining with a draw and everyone will be happy.
Woo. That's a pretty interesting story you've thought up there.
That golf bag you've brought with you. Had a look at what's inside. Are you planning to start a war or something with all those guns? But I had a sniper rifle in it. Would a bodyguard who's always by my side really need something like that?
Well, you never know what might happen.
I'm a bodyguard who works best when traveling light. Choose to abandon his position for a whole day to get a gun like that, and right before we leave for Rokonjima.
Lady, you're overthinking this, okay?
When I reach Rokonjima, you'll suggest that I go visit the place they died or something. Getting me on my own. That's the bait.
Oh. She's saying Amakusa's working against her. I was just like, what the fuck is she going on about? What? Oh, yeah, that phone call. I think that was in Questions Arc, right? Yeah, that was in Questions Arc in Chapter 4. Amakusa left to, like, a phone booth or something, and he was talking to, I think, Okanogi? And Angie tried to find him, and he hung up, or something.
The beta were in Sumadera Kasumi, and the others waiting for me on Rokonjima. After that, you'll use that ridiculously huge gun to round them up. The end.
Well, what's wrong with rounding him up? Isn't that what a guard's supposed to do?
In addition to a cutting-edge sniper rifle, you also had a modern German submachine gun.
Those are really handy. No matter how many people the Sumaderas have, I could clean them all up, no trouble.
There was one more, a handgun. Even though the sniper rifle and the submachine gun were the best in the newest models, the handgun alone was beat up and old-fashioned, see?
Okay. Angie pulled the handgun out and pointed it at Amakusa. Cut it out, this isn't funny.
Handgun is something you're always supposed to have in your person, right? So why would you go get a second handgun, and such an unusually old one? One theory can explain this. What if it's the same kind of gun Sumadera Kasumi and the others are using? This is a Tokarev. A gun once used by the Soviet military and which has gotten pretty popular in the Japanese underground. It's exactly the sort of weapon the Sumaderas might be using. Also, having Sumadera Kasumi die would be convenient for the Sumadera family as well. They could have exchanged information on their end as well. Therefore, it's possible that you knew beforehand that the Sumadera hitmen would be using Tokarevs.
Amakusa was speechless. Was he speechless because this was all true? Or because he was stunned by the determination with which Angie pointed that gun at him? This is cool.
The plan that all of you made together. It was to use me as bait to lure Sumadera Kasumi to an uninhabited island, setting up so that both sides appear to finish each other off, and settling everything nice and neat for both President Okanogi and the Sumadera family.
A single line of cold sweat dripped down Amakusa's forehead. With the wind whipping through her hair, Angie spoke coldly.
Just by the presence of this handgun, see how far Ushiromiya Angie's reasoning has taken her.
I don't like you!
What do you think, everyone?
You haven't taken the safety off.
I know. Tokarevs don't have a safety.
Okay. So, choose Trick and Amakusa gets shot. Amakusa tried to dive behind cover, but he couldn't outrun a bullet. It shot into his gut, making him double over in pain. Angie, who knew that he had a gun hidden in his pocket, then eliminated his chances of a counterattack. Blood spurted from Amakusa's forehead, and he did not close his eyes again. The fuck, Amakusa? I trusted you all this time, and then, like, the last part of the game, it's just like, actually, he is not that good. He's kind of a bad guy.
There's a perfect certain way to confirm someone's death without a doctor, and it's the easiest one in the world.
You! Kawabata stuck his head out, and his face went pale when he saw the gruesome scene on the deck. I didn't mean to scroll up. This time, Angie pointed the barrel of the gun at his forehead. He's not a bad guy, I think.
Before we left, you said you needed a bit more time to get the boat ready. However, if you've been bought, then we can say for sure that you were buying time so that Sumadera Kasumi could set up her ambush on Rokonjima.
Oh. I have no idea what you're talking about!
Your cat box, inside of which is a Kawabata who has bought and betrayed me, and a Kawabata who hasn't betrayed me. Now then, how can I kill the one who betrayed me?
Stop! Don't shoot!
I just have to shoot the whole cat box to death.
Okay, choose Trick and Angie just murders Kawabata and Amakusa. That's lovely. The boat's owner slumped over backwards and fell. Then with the second bullet, she performed a perfect examination of his corpse. She had survived. Surely she had survived the web-like conspiracy that had been wrapped around her so cleverly. Angie returned to the bow of the boat, faced the strong winds head-on, and peered into the future in front of her. The boat whose owner was gone, headed towards the endless horizon, on and on in a straight line. She prayed that the truth she truly desired to reach lay before her. Then she heard the sound of clapping. The sound of clapping on a boat where Amakusa and the captain were no more. However, Angie didn't look surprised. She calmly and slowly turned around. Okay.
Splendid reasoning, Comrade Angie. My fellow witch of truth, Angie Beatrice. Oh, you're here, Erica. Anytime someone wants to expose the truth, you'll find me there.
Hey, Erica.
What?
The boat had already passed by Rokonjima. The island silhouette was now off in the distance. The boat headed towards the endless horizon, continuing on its endless journey. The new Witch of Truth announced the beginning of this endless journey to her fellow witch.
I'll carve out my future in my own way. Sounds splendid! At the end, will there be a truth for me to find? Just what sort of truth could you be looking for after all this? You're right. I know that the truth isn't worth anything. And there's one more thing I've figured out. What's that? A bewildered look on Amakusa's face when his scheme was exposed. That was pretty good. Good!
Oh, they both said it.
What?
Okay, what the fuck? So you choose trick, Angie kills Amakusa and Kawabata, and becomes like Erica. What? That's, weird? No, not just weird, it's fucked up? That's a better answer? I mean, even if Kawabata and Amakusa were, like, conspiring against her, like, still. Okay. Oh, literally every character's on this list. Even Kumasama Samakichi. Yeah, with me. I don't really matter, though. Jesus. Claire. You know, a character that didn't show up this chapter. They misspelled Lambda Delta. Damn. Aha. I didn't like that ending. That was stupid. I want to choose the magic one now. I mean, I'll just go back and do it. Like, now even. I'm definitely splitting this episode, too. Jesus. Also, that song was pretty good. Even though the credits are too long for it. Chester 00, Chester 410, Chester 45, and all of the goats, my favorite character. And then it ends with Beatrice. How nice. 8th game, Twilight of the Golden Witch. Okay. Well, now let's speed back through the chapter and read the magic one instead. Because I think that sounds better, you know? I'd prefer to do that. Achievement unlocked, good. Don't call it good. That's not good. That was bad. Bad. Cruel, even. Alright. This is gonna take a while. Okay. I'll just give my thoughts on this whole sequence. I think this was, like, awesome, honestly. Like, even though there's... Well, there might not even be tea parties. Since it's the last chapter, come to think of it. I mean, I'd be surprised if there weren't. It actually didn't unlock any. Unless I'm supposed to get both endings or just the magic ending? Ah, whatever. Okay, still going through this. This is when Lambda Delta tricks Bernkastel, just like, aha, I'm dead, except I'm not. Oh, boat land. Okay. And then gunshots, Erica, Kinzo, and then... yep, and then Kraus punches the shit out of Erica. I like that. That was really fucking awesome. And then, yep, Jessica beats the shit out of the goats. And then George beats the shit out of the goats. Which was very nice. He beats the ever-loving fuck out of them. Then Shannon beats the fuck out of the goats. Genshi, Goda, and Kumasawa did jack shit. Oh, and then Rosa and Maria beat the shit out of the goats, mostly Rosa. This was probably my favorite part of this, though. Like, even though, like, that was only like 20 minutes in, dude. I can't not love that scene. That was fucking awesome. And then Rudolph and Kyrie, yep, they just shoot people. And Erika's upset because she's stupid. Oh, and then Delaner. This was a little disappointing. Like, I wish it was a little prolonged. It was mostly just Delaner being relentless as shit. It was still cool, though. Alright, and then we're gonna... Then Beatrice will appear, swords and stuff. Yeah, this seriously was... You know what, I'm just gonna say this. So far, Chapter 8's looking like it might just be my favorite. Like, I love Chapter 4. Chapter 6 was also very good. Chapter 3 was pretty good. 1, 2, 5, and 7, they're still good. I can't really say which one of those 4 is my favorite, though. Probably 5, and then 7. Then, like, 2, and then 1. Because 1 had some good standout moments, but 2 didn't, really. Wait, no. No, 2 had some awesome moments. Like the ending sequence with Rosa, but the 1 I can only think of, like, 2 scenes that I particularly enjoyed. Plus 1 felt very slow, even though it was probably the shortest chapter in Umineko. But that's just because it was the very first one, and I didn't know what to expect jumping into it. Alright, and then it keeps going. Lambda's about to get fucking murked. One of these moments. I'm glad this speeds up so fucking fast, seriously. Alright, yep, then she murks the shit out of her. Snap, yes, that one's going into my cringe compilation. Featheren's seriously an imposing character. Like, it's a good thing she didn't try to fight Battler or anybody, because she would have fucking obliterated them. Alright, and then the mess with Bernkastel. Falcon Punch, that was awesome, honestly. That CG is, like, my favorite thing ever. Because, like, the one thing I wanted to see going into this chapter was Bernkastel getting fucking mutilated. And did she? Yep! She got fucking beast moded. She got fucking Battler when sicko mode. That's an old-ass joke. Alright, and then it keeps on going. I wish I could just skip ahead, like, instead of just... I've just been holding down the control button for like 3 minutes or something. Like, we're nearly at the end, and then Erika appears, and she's just like, everyone's dead. But then they're not dead. And then Battler dies. Well, soon. Yep, all those red truths, and then... Okay, hurry up. I just want to go and do the magic ending. If I could save on that one screen, I would have saved, but I can't. Not like it bothers me too much. Unless I could have scrolled up and then right-clicked, but it didn't seem like it. Alright, and then Battler dies. Sooner or later. It's been like 4 minutes of me just holding down the control button. Which is fun. Okay, and then it keeps on going and going and going and going and going, and then... Yep, Battler dead. Angie's just like, no, Battler not dead, Battler alive. And then everyone else is alive. Everyone is here. Right? When? Yep, there's Beatrice, and then everyone else will appear. There we go, and then more people, and then more people. I can only imagine how confused Goda probably is, because it's like, 2 years ago, I decided to get a job working for the Ushiromiya family as their head chef. And now, what the fuck is going on? Alright, Bernkastel gets destroyed. Angie teases Beatrice, and then there's this stuff. And Featheren's just like, good job. You did good. You beat up Bernkastel. You almost killed my pet cat. But I'm not even mad, because that cat's a dick. I'd get it neutered, but I think it's a female. I don't care enough to know. I mean, you can you can definitely fix, female cats. I mean, if you can fix female dogs, you can fix female cats, but I've never had a female cat. Alright, here we go, finally. Magic now. If your answer is magic, open this door. If it's a trick, then open that door. I'd already decided upon my answer.
This is my answer.
I walked over to the door that represented the answer I had chosen. Seems like it's the same text. Then I put the golden key into the keyhole and turned to face everyone. The Ushiromiya Eagle never looks back.
That's right. Sorry.
I gripped the key tightly and twisted. Then, the key in the door flashed brilliantly and slowly faded away. Beyond the door was a strangely colored space. If I step into this, I'll reach the future I chose. Before taking that single step, I spoke without turning back.
The Ushiromiya Eagle never turns back, so I won't turn around, but I'll say this. Thank you, everyone. But this isn't goodbye. I will always be with you all.
Yeah, you won't turn back. We'll always be standing behind you.
That's not what I mean. Despite it all, I still believe. I'm positive that everyone will come back.
Angie. That is good. Angie, I look forward to the day when we all meet again. Angie, my adorable granddaughter, we may be away for some time. Here, don't forget this. It's your prize from that quiz party. A gold butterfly flew over my shoulder, landed on my palm, and turned into a Beatrice doll.
This was lying next to me when I woke up on the sofa, wasn't it? This was my prize.
Take it back to the future with you and treasure it.
Thanks, everyone.
I took a step forward. Forward into the future. I won't say goodbye, so see you later. We'll always be together. Alright, so how's this one actually gonna end? Is he still gonna end up on the boat, just with a different sequence of events? The wind brushed against my cheek. Oh, perhaps. I slowly opened my shut eyes. Oh, nope, she's on top of the skyscraper. I must have had my eyes closed for a very long time. Even the sparkles below me seemed blindingly bright. It was a strange world, with a sea of stars beneath me. The wind was cold. However, it told me that I had returned to reality. I was standing with one foot outstretched over that starry sea. How long have I been here? Time has probably been stopped for me ever since Bern lured me forward, when I was about to take that step off the edge. I slowly pulled my foot back in. Then I leaned against the fence and sat down. The sky was far away, but so was the ground. This whole time I've been in this sad place, so far from both of those worlds. I can't go to the sky. In that case, I have to return to my world.
And the elevator is probably the way to go. I've done enough skydiving. Yeah, there really is no chance. No chance of me jumping down from here and surviving by some miracle. Some witch of miracles is already guaranteed with certainty that such a miracle won't occur after all.
Then I finally noticed them. It was the guards President Okanogi had assigned to me. They were approaching the fence with forced smiles and sweat dripping down their faces, trying not to startle me. That's right. I gave these guys the slip before jumping off, didn't I?
Did you think I was going to jump?
Well, that's,
Sorry. If I jumped, I guess you'd really catch it from Okanogi.
Angie, it's dangerous there. For now, please come back to the side.
Let me stay here a bit longer. It's okay. I won't get any sudden ideas. Do any of you have a cell phone?
Yes.
I want to talk to Okanogi about something. Would you mind calling him?
The guards looked at each other, then rushed to take out their cell phones. They were worried that I might get annoyed and jump off, leaving them to take the blame. The president is picked up. Here.
Thanks. Hello, Okanogi? Yeah. Sorry for calling all of a sudden. No, it's excellent news. Bit of an early Christmas present. I'm giving all of the Ushiromiya group to you. That's right. In exchange, I have a few things I want.
As she gazed down at the sea of stars spread out on the ground below her, Angie spoke. She spoke of how she would live from now on. Ushiromiya Ange's strange and mysterious adventure ends here. But my life will continue. After all, there's already something for me to do. I am Ange Beatrice, Witch of Mariade Sorcière.
Ushiromiya Ange just fell from here and died. I am the witch, Ange. I'll live as a witch.
Are you fucking crazy?
A little.
Okay. And so, what now? Oh. Yeah, this must be the ending that was correct. And so your game ends. As Ange opened the door and vanished from sight, the residents of the Golden Land disappeared as well. Goda, Kinzo, and Furfur, my favorite characters. Gap, Jessica, and Kraus, Hideyoshi, Kyrie, and Eva. No one else disappeared. Afterwards, only Battler could still be seen. He had now done everything he could for Ange. Close the door. Wasn't there some rule to be followed when closing this door? Oh, hi, Eva.
Yes, that's right. The rule said that you needed 2 people to close it.
Hey, Aunt Eva.
I told you to stop talking to me like I'm an old lady.
The two of them stood to the left and right of the door that Ange had vanished through.
Ange, find happiness in your future.
After all, we'll always be with you. Then the two of them held their hands out in front of them. As they did, a door popped into existence and closed. Then the door itself faded away.
And now we have completed our role.
Yeah. This marks the end of the piece's purpose. You have worked hard, both of you. And with this, I shall clean up your game board and put it away. Slowly, the world melted. At a glance, it looked as though the city of books was starting to fall apart. But that wasn't it. Battler and Eva's world was being cut off from the city of books. The world broke apart bit by bit, and the ceiling would probably fall in soon. Okay.
This is goodbye, Battler.
Yeah. See you later. And someday, I'll leave Ange in your hands, Aunt Eva.
At least in the end, try calling me Big Sister Eva, would you?
No.
Well, I'm fucked.
See you later, Erica. Somewhere, someday.
Both Ange and I were witches of truth. So just what was the difference between us?
Yeah, what could it be?
I was a witch who endured and withstood the truth, but I turned my back on that truth. However, even after she learned the truth, she continued to believe in her own truth. If she was a true witch of truth, then what kind of witch was I?
A witch of bitch.
Well, that makes sense.
That's right. You aren't a witch. After all, you're the detective.
Shut up! Don't pamper me! Good. I'd forgotten.
We'll meet again, someday. Wherever there's a crime, the detective's sure to be there, right?
Yes! When another crime occurs in the Ushiromiya family, I promise to appear.
So long, great detective.
So long, my rival. I look forward to the day when the two of us can cross blades again.
Those were the final words the two ever spoke to each other. Perhaps another day. A terrible roar and a cloud of dust blew by, covering everything. And then everything vanished. Nothing remained. Battler and Eva were both gone. The city of books was wrapped in silence. It's all over.
Yes, great Lady Aurora.
Take care of my pet cat. Now I shall go too. There are some things that must be cleaned up in this world as well. Okay. When Hachijo made her announcement, everyone fell silent, thinking they had misheard her. Before too long, the crowd exploded with a shower of questions about what she meant by this. That's too cruel! You can't do that after dragging us along this far! Ah, him. Madam Hachijo, we've come from far and wide to see it, yes? How can you do this now? I will say it again. I've changed my mind. Ushiromiya Eva's diary will not be made public. A fraud! This is all a fraud! Was it really Ushiromiya Eva's diary? Are you sure it wasn't a fabrication you created? You think you could get away with something like this? Show us the book! Children of men can be so hideous. Neither you nor I have the right to read what lies in there. However, now that I think about it, this has been quite an entertaining show. Children of men who disturb the sleep of the dead and spread rumors for their own entertainment can be quite amusing at times like this. Let us go, Bern. I've had my share of entertainment for the night. A black cat jumped onto Hachijo's shoulder, and she disappeared off to the side of the stage, the book of the single truth in her arms. Only the angry yells of the massive crowd remained. What the fuck? You're so dumb! Shut up. And so, the people began to lose interest in Ushiromiya Eva's diary, doubting whether it had even truly existed. Though the weekly magazines were in an uproar over the scam Hachijo Toya had pulled, some began to openly wonder if the Rokkenjima mystery itself was an indiscreet desecration of the dead. I don't think a little thing like this will allow Rokkenjima to end in peace. Rest in peace. However, it did create an atmosphere where people were slightly more hesitant to openly show interest in the Rokkenjima mystery. An unopened cat box is eternal. Rokkenjima will probably never find peace. However, even so, compared to how it was before, life will surely be easier. Because as the years pass, the dust will slowly pile up on it where it lies in the depths of oblivion. At the bottom of the deep sea known as the depths of oblivion, the cat box of the witches will probably get slowly buried as the years pass. Featherin threw a single golden rose into that sea, an offering to let the cat box rest in peace. With the tale of that golden rose, let us mark the end of this long story. In the darkness, there was a massive roar and an earthquake. When it passed, dawn began to rise over the endless night. The third day, October 6, 1986. Battler is alive. Battler is a... What the fuck is this place? Yeah! I knew it! Why am I am fucking Corpse Party's bomb shelter? Where am I? We're in the wreckage of an old submarine base. Don't you remember? Oh, Jesus. It's where it all started. The place where we first met 2 generations ago. Sounds pretty romantic if you put it that way. Battler and Bayato could be seen in the ruins of Rokkenjima's underground submarine base. Jesus. So Beatrice did survive? Nah. The cave's mouth opened to the sea, and the gentle sound of the waves drifted in along with the cries of the seagulls. I mean, I guess if that tea party in Chapter 7 wasn't the truth. Unless Kyrie missed her shot again. She seems to not be a very good shot, I guess. If she missed it, then yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, it's something different. The cave's mouth opened to the sea, and the gentle sound of the waves drifted in along with the cries of the seagulls. It seemed that the typhoon, which had closed off the island for 2 days, had finally gotten bored and gone away. Also, when Battler's just like... Or maybe it was Beatrice. Where we met, like... 2 decades ago? 40 years ago? 2 generations ago, yeah. Battler, I mean, you do resemble Kinzo a lot when he was younger, so maybe that's what you mean. Unless you're just a reincarnation of Kinzo. Battler went down to the shore and lifted up a large sheet. Beneath it was a motorboat. Of course, it wasn't from the time of the war. It was modern. The best way to end Umineko? It's on a jet cruiser! Let's go, Battler! Oh, fuck yeah! Pile this up on the boat. Careful, it's heavy. Whoa. This is a gold ingot. I thought they all got buried. I thought something like this might happen, so I stuck this one out beforehand. The single heavy gold ingot was dropped into the boat. I'm not sure how much this is worth by itself, but it must be quite a lot. Have you ever driven a motorboat before? You're joking, right? It's easy. I'll teach you. She wasn't used to this, but after several mistakes, Bayato finally got the engine started. If you go out that way and hop from island to island, you'll see Nijima before too long. Then you can just land on the sandy beach. Aren't you coming? I cannot. I am the master of the Golden Land. I cannot leave this place. Oh. What's to be gained from staying? What's to be gained from going? Let's live. I cannot. I have already committed countless sins in countless worlds. The number of lives I have taken, the number of sins I have committed, is far too great. But you haven't committed any sins in our world. No, that is not true. Go. Go while I am still in a good mood. Otherwise, I may steal the island in a storm again. Battler suddenly spun around. When Bayato turned around to see what was going on, her body was suddenly lifted into the air. Then, I'll take you back as a souvenir from the Golden Land. Let's go! This isn't safe! Come on, don't freak out. Listen carefully, Beatrice. What? I'm going to kidnap you. As Battler quietly gazed at her with serious eyes, Bayato was lost for words. If you've sinned, then I've sinned as well for making you do it. So let's carry your cross together. Battler? As long as I live, I'll carry your cross. Let's leave the Golden Land, you and me, together. Bayato was now too shocked to say anything at all. Then tears poured from her eyes and she covered her face. Battler gently sat her down on the boat. He undid the mooring ropes. Now there was no longer anything tying this boat to the island. Let's go. Controlling the boat as Bayato had taught him, Battler slowly guided it out. That's a regular boat. Oh, wait, it's not a jet cruiser. It's a boat with a motor on it. I'm stupid. When they passed out of the dimly lit cavern, they were immediately struck by the bright rays of the sun and surrounded by a crowd of white seagulls. As the seagulls flew this way and that, the feathers they dropped into water seemed to celebrate the boat's departure. The brilliant sunlight told them that they were now free of the island's curse. The sky, now freed from the seal of the typhoon, seemed too bright to be real. Feeling hot, Battler took off his jacket. It was swept away by the wind and danced through the sky. However, instead of panicking, Battler just smiled as he watched it go. Bayato also watched it go. No, she watched the island go. Rokonjima, and the Golden Land she had spent 1,000 years in. Ah. Will I be able to live? You will. You won't have a magical butler, but there's all sorts of useful stuff out there. There's no end to the things you couldn't find on Rokonjima. I'll show you what the world's like. Will I be able to live? Bayato repeated the same words again. Battler knew what she meant. However, no matter what answer he gave, he wouldn't be able to resolve her problem now. However, there was a way to resolve it. Time and the heart. Little by little, bit by bit. Like a chain being cut by falling drops of water, he would have to sever the curse of the island gradually over a long period of time. It might take a long, long time. However, someday she will be free. That's what I believe. I am a sinful witch who toyed with hundreds of deaths on that island. Your world is too brilliant for me. No, you will live. I answered immediately and forcefully. If you think you need to atone for hundreds of sins, then keep on living and living. Live as hard as you can with everything you've got. That's the only way you can atone. Is that truly the only way to atone for my sins? That's right. And you'll definitely be able to do it someday. Trust me. Battler? Come on, don't look at me with those teary eyes. It's embarrassing. Forgive me, then at the very least, would you close your eyes? Why should I? Hey, your face is pretty close. Foolish man. You ought to be cursed for taking the witch away from the Golden Land. That's why you must close your eyes. It's embarrassing for me too. As soon as Battler shut his eyes, soft lips covered his. Yes! Then they slowly drew back. He tried to open his eyes, but just got slapped. Don't look! I told you not to look at my face! Come on, what's there to lose? You have no delicacy. Don't open them, not yet. Why? Because I want to kiss you again. The next kiss was on his earlobe. Hey, quit it! This is getting really embarrassing. He knew he'd get hit again if he opened his eyes, so he resisted with his eyes still shut. Then after sighing and tickling his ear, Beato spoke in her usual cheerful, bullying voice. Sorry, Battler, I'm a terrible, atrocious witch. Yeah, I know, you're an evil, cruel witch. And so, I cannot atone for my sins. After all, I'm the sort of witch who can cackle over hundreds of deaths. You're really something, you know that? But you wouldn't be you otherwise. He accidentally opened his eyes. And when he did, the witch was nowhere to be seen. The golden witch had vanished like a dream or an illusion. And so had the single ingot they had carried with them. Oh. Okay. Battler jumped straight into the ocean, and so he made it in time. He made it in time to see the witch again. The witch looked up at Battler, a faint smile on her face. He couldn't hear any words, and yet he heard it clearly. Oh, Jesus. Battler desperately spoke back, however his words only floated out of his mouth as bubbles. As she sank into the inky blackness, Battler chased her with all his strength. And then his hand reached her. All around them, it was getting darker and darker. The pressure increased and their heads and ears began to throb. And then at last, their fingers separated. At once, Battler rose towards the world of light. The witch sank towards the world of darkness and was torn away from him. The witch saw Battler's body rise towards the shining surface and relaxed. When she saw Battler's body become a speck and disappear towards the world of light, the witch slowly closed her eyes. She allowed her... Then she felt something, but that was impossible. After all, Battler had already disappeared into the distance. And yet, this was Battler. Battler who had chased the witch here. The two hugged each other tightly. Fate didn't try to tear them apart again. And so the two became one and sank into the abyss together. Jesus. Yeah, that feels way more like a true ending. 1998, and then there's like a square next to it for some reason. Honk honk. A black luxury car was parked at the rear entrance of the skyscraper. Men wearing suits were packing a heavy-looking attached case into its trunk. Let me handle all the rest. We'll take care of all the complicated details.
I'm counting on you. Aunt Eva trusted you more than anyone, so I'm sure she's glad this is all in your hands now.
Out of the building came Ange and President Okanogi. Ange's expression was peaceful. It was hard to imagine that this was the same person who had always looked so dark in Okanogi's eyes. In her later years, the company president was very ill. I imagine that she said some fairly harsh things to you, but I don't believe she truly meant them.
I know. Even I said things I shouldn't have on my bad days.
You've changed.
You think so?
I thought you'd never forgive the president as long as you lived.
You're the one who taught me, Okanogi.
I did. Did I say something?
Without love, the truth cannot be seen.
Did I really say something that pretentious?
It's been a long journey. It really has been a long journey. All just to understand what you told me that day.
Of course, Okanogi understood. He understood that in her heart, this had been a long and profound journey. Contact me when you decide on a new home and account. I won't let you want for anything.
Any problems with the Sumadera family?
Leave that to me. We have your power of attorney as our rallying point. Thanks to that, the Ushiromiya group is a united front. Because of what you did, Angie, the business built by the former president has been protected. I truly believe she'd be joyful at your decision.
I'm just pushing all the hard stuff on you.
When the great president Ushiromiya Eva passed away, the Ushiromiya group was shaken. There was no clear successor, so the group had been in danger of splitting. After that, everyone had been waiting to hear what Angie would say, since she had inherited a large portion of the group's stock. However, Angie had shown no interest in any of this, and had gone around talking about things like selling all their assets and donating everything to some charity, which had shaken the group even further. There had even been a chance that an outsider, such as the Sumadera family, would interfere and destroy the Ushiromiya group. As disturbing as it may seem, some had wished for the source of all this trouble, Angie, to disappear. However, Angie had undergone a change of heart, deciding to do what was best for the Ushiromiya group that Eva had built up, and the worst case scenario had been avoided. So all in all, Umineko was just one very, 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 very long palace in Persona 5. Okanogi had been named as Angie's legal guardian. Oh, okay. By simply giving him her trust, Angie now had in him the most reliable ally possible. Okanogi himself had certain plans he could carry out based on the knowledge that Angie trusted him. Okanogi, who had carried great responsibility in the Ushiromiya group thanks to its position as Eva's closest confidant, was the most natural choice to be Eva's successor for the top spot. No fucking kidding. And thanks in part to his ability, everything had now been wrapped up smoothly. This way, the Ushiromiya group was secure. The Ushiromiya group had been the only thing still tied to the Ushiromiya name other than Angie herself, so she might have thought of it as her final link to her family. You know, you're free to come back anytime you want. We have a chair set aside just for you.
Thanks. Just knowing I have a place to go back to means I can set off on my journey in peace.
What are you going to do from now on?
I'm going to become an author.
Oh, an author? To write novels?
It doesn't matter what. It could be novels or picture books. If I have any skill at drawing, maybe I'll do a manga. What I do doesn't matter, as long as I can share my heart with someone.
Sounds like you've set a noble task for yourself. I'll be praying for your success, dog bark.
Thanks. If I manage to publish a book, I'll send you a copy.
I look forward to it. The car's trunk was closed with a clunk. Apparently, all of her luggage had been loaded. Ah yes, allow me to introduce you to the driver. He's a protege of mine. He's trustworthy and you can rely on him for anything. Oh, and he worked as a guard for the old president for many years, so you might recognize him.
As long as it isn't a Makasa.
Achoo! The man walking out of the driver's seat sneezed. Now that hurts, lady. Makasa, what the hell have you done to her?
Oh, he was always the most flippant of Aunt Eva's guards. I was hoping for pretty much anyone else.
But he was also the one closest to you, wasn't he?
Well, at least listening to him talk can be pretty entertaining.
The boss assigned me to be his contact with you. If you ever get into any sort of trouble, just let me know.
What if I ask you to go buy me toilet paper?
Then I'll pick up some tampons too while I'm out.
See, the guy's a creep.
Okanogi guffawed. I got into the back seat. Stay well, Angie.
I guess this is the last time anyone will call me by that name.
Let me know when you've decided on a new one. Okanogi patted the roof of the car. At that signal, Amakasa honked the horn and removed the handbrake. What, Angie's about to go just change her name? Also, she wants to be an author. So until you've decided on a new name, I guess I'll be calling you Lady.
That's fine for now.
Okay, where are we going? North, south?
Any recommendations?
Why don't we try leaving the main island? I'd suggest Hokkaido. Huge meadows, giant clouds, a novelist writing stories in a log cabin. Sounds awesome.
Great, let's head south. I was planning to do the opposite of whatever you said anyways.
That's pretty harsh.
I'd like to go someplace hot, a town with a view of the sea.
Angie closed her eyes. Things have been pretty crazy lately, and she was tired. Understood. By the time you open your eyes, we'll be in an unfamiliar land, but it'll be a warm town with a view of the sea.
Can't wait to see what you choose.
I can only assume she's going to Hachijo's then? Maybe? The car got onto the freeway. It was surrounded by the great river of cars heading east and west. By now, no one could tell which of those points was the car she rode in. Oh, Jesus. Starting today, Ushiromiya Angie would change her name and live in a new climate. Changing her name didn't mean that she had given up on being Angie. This was Angie Beatrice's mission. I am Angie Beatrice, the golden and endless witch of resurrection, a witch of Mariade's sorcière, the final witch who is still alive in the future called 1998. Aw, yes. That was nice. That was way better than the trick ending. Oh, achievement unlocked, Death of a Witch. And I guess there is a tea party then? Is there? Oh my god, there is. And how long is this gonna be? Oh boy. Well, either way, 2.5 hours later, that's going to be it for these episodes. Assuming that the tea parties can be completed in an hour, and assuming there's actually a second one, that the next episode might actually be the finale. Jeez. Well, either way, that's going to be it for these episodes, guys. If you liked them, be sure to press the like button. And if you didn't like them, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!